Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and before we go into this video, I want to make a special announcement for those of you who have a Mini 3, DJI Mini 3 drone. Do not connect it to the DJI Assistant on your computer. If you do, it'll damage the firmware. You'll have to go through all kinds of issues with DJI to get it repaired. So just a warning. I have a friend who did that, and then he's going through the trouble of getting it put back together again, making it work again. Well, anyway, I took in my last video I said I was getting tired of flying from home, and so I got on my e-bike this morning and I rode on one of my favorite roads I like to ride on. And as a matter of fact, I take off from the road where I dislocated my shoulder. So anyway, and the reason I wanted to come fly here is because I've made 2 other videos of this little construction site here. By the way, if we're looking at the mountains, and you can see there's a little culvert up there running underneath of that line that goes across. That line that goes across is a canal that's 300 miles long down through central Arizona. Anyway, that's for flood control. And if you see here, it looks like there's a dry creek. That's Queen Creek. And if you've been following my channel, you may have seen the video where I came up to figure out what they were doing. And as it turns out, I think they were just making a new wash. A wash is this big, deep hole that when monsoon season or when the snow is melting in the mountains, there's a lot of water comes down. And it comes down because they have corralled it with a levee back there. And we're coming around here, and you'll see that there's 4 little dots. Well, actually, you can see through the culverts up there. Those are pipes that flow from above the canal down under it, and then actually they go over the top of it. But anyway, and then the water from the floods from behind the levee come on down in this dry creek, and that prevents flooding because this used to be a lot of the area was farmland. So anyway, the first time I came up here, I thought, what are they doing? Because they had a lot of equipment, and then the second time, nothing had changed, and I thought, well, I want to get out and fly my drone, so I'll double check. And you can see that with our monsoon season, that it has been used, and the water has been stored in this little wash, and you can also see where it was full enough that it flowed over the top a little bit there and started to wash out that little road. Well, anyway, so, and then we're going to go look at the cement mill, but we'll just try to follow the Queen Creek dry creek, all the way down to where in the next video I'll continue it on from further west. So anyway, there's the cement mill, and I've been telling in my story, I've been going through the Lord's Prayer, and we're almost finished with it. If you've been to church very much, or if you've probably heard the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sin as we forgive those who sin against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Well, in the last video, we talked about the kingdom and the power, and so now we just have to go with the glory and forever. So today, I think we'll just have enough time to talk about the glory. And you can see the cement mill has been here a while because they've dug out all of that big hole in the ground there. And we're going to go down and take a look at a truck that's being filled with concrete from that menagerie of big tanks and everything. And there he is getting filled up. And I always wanted to know how they did that. And so every once in a while, I'll fly over the cement plants and take a look at it. Well, anyway, so we need to get started here talking about what does it mean to God? For thine is the kingdom and the glory, kingdom and the power and the glory. So what does that mean, the glory? Well, God created us, and He he should get the glory for everything. And have you ever had somebody tell you, wow, you're really good at that, And, well, thank you, and you puff out your chest and you're thinking, that's pretty cool. And hopefully you've had something good that you did. Anyway, because I have, every once in a while, somebody will say, wow, you're really good at that. And I have to be careful because I'm not the one that made me good at that. And so we have to remember that God's the one who made me good at that. And we need to give God the glory. And now he's driving his truck out. He's got it all full of cement. And he's going to go deliver it somewhere where somebody's has put together something where they need to pour cement. Anyway, I don't know about you, but I've had that happen. And see, God has blessed me with many gifts. I'm not bragging. I'm just praising God because one of the things he gave me, by the way, now we're going to start going down the rest of Queen Creek here, and we'll just kind of follow it along with the drone. And then we'll get down there closer to the road where the creek goes underneath the road. So anyway, he gave me, for instance, the gift of music, and it's built into me. I have this little tune that goes through my mind all the time if I'm trying to think of something, or if I'm just sitting still, it pops up, And my wife told me quit saying, so I don't want to say that anymore, Anyway, so when I was a kid, I sat down at the piano and learned how to play it by ear. And if people want to know if they want me to play a little tune, I could pick it out and play it for them. So it was just like a natural thing. And then also I started with ukulele and then a guitar and then a banjo, and been playing those for years. And I picked up a violin and learned how to play it in like 20 minutes or so. And by the way, now we're looking straight down the canal, and you can see where it goes underneath of that road, and there's a little concrete, like a canal there, that leads into a body of water that you can see. That is another wash right there. And so in the next video, I'm going to go down to that area, and we'll film the where it goes on further, and we'll follow it down a little bit. Anyway, so giving God the glory, that's what that means. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. And we have to be careful because otherwise we can get really proud of, oh man, I'm really good at that. And we just have to remember that God's the one that gave us the ability to do those things. He gives us everything. And so I always thank him in the morning for all the things that he's given me, all the things he's done for me. And every morning, by the way, every morning he wakes me up just a little bit before 4 o'clock. Been doing that for years. And I can't sleep past 4. And it's always just a few minutes before 4 every morning. I don't know if he taps me on the shoulder or kicks me in the behind, but every morning. My wife can verify that because I always wake her up getting out of bed. Anyway, we're coming around where I'm going to land, and I am really enjoying my Mini 3, and I thank the Lord for that. After I crashed my Mini 2, but there I am standing down there in the shade, getting ready to land my drone. And as I do, I want to thank you for watching the video. And if you need any help in how to trust your life to Jesus, leave a comment and I'll get back to it. So I want to thank you for watching, and God bless.